Hey guys, welcome back. Time for another Wednesday. Time to move strong. Again, we're just going to get into it straight away. As per normal, set your timers up, 6-minute EMOM, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest. Today's focus is going to be on your squat after we pulled last week. So we're going to go, we hinged last week. So now we're going to go into your prehab stuff. I'm going to run through that circuit and I'll get you straight into it. First one's going to be your couch stretch. Okay, so before we go down into that squat, I'm just going to work on opening up some stuff through the front of the hips, the front of the quads, and then working on strengthening that position before we get going. So your first one's going to be your couch stretch. So whether you've got a bench or a chair, whatever you need, the main thing is going to be focusing on getting your knee pressed into the corner of the wall. Okay, so I don't want to see people out here. I want to make sure that your knee is jammed right up in the corner, and then from here, if this is enough stretch for you with this opposite knee on the ground, that's fine. Just focus on leaning forward, squeezing your bum, and driving forward. The last thing I want to see is you guys trying to think about getting up and overextending into your back. If this isn't tight enough for you, bring your leg up, lock your rib cage down, and then pushing forward. If this is still good for you, then you can start to come up, but without hyperextending, always ribs down, bum on, and pushing forward. You're going to do 45 seconds on your left side for the first time around, and then when you come back again, you'll do the opposing leg. Once you've done that, guys, you're going to lock that stuff in with some lateral box step ups. So 45 seconds again. If you've just stretched your left side, I'd like you to go onto your left side to start. If you've done your right, do your right. So again, with these, finding something that's above knee height, okay? Just so when we come up, we're making sure that we're below that parallel line, which is where we want to get to in the bottom of that squat. Okay, so particularly if you're someone that struggles getting into the bottom of the squat, use this chance with the single leg work to get below parallel, okay? So knee over the middle of the foot, chest staying up, that 90-10 rule, so 90% here, 10% here, and coming up, hold, and then on the way back down, trying to control as low as you can into the bottom of that squat, okay? So try to get that strength coming down as well. Once you've done that, you go back into your bottom of the squat hold. So couch stretch into your lateral box step up, then you're gonna go into your squat hold. So from here, guys, now just trying to spend time where we've just strengthened up that hip in the bottom of the squat. So whatever you've got, a light dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever piece of equipment that you can have, just so you have some counterbalance weight. And then the goal from here, guys, is gonna be coming down, good squat, holding that weight nice and close, and just actively sitting at the bottom. So what we're trying to do here, guys, is actively gain new range of motion rather than just slouching and getting passive at the bottom. Try to stay active, and as you can, just sitting into the bottom position. If you can hold that for the full 45, great. If you need some assistance, grab a pole, grab a rig, same thing. Trying to have minimal contact on there, but using it to help you guide you down, and then just sitting at the bottom. So if you're someone that feels like you're gonna lean back, just have that support there from the rig. Try to keep your back nice and active, again, so you're not rounding at the bottom. And then I want you to sit here for 45. Alternate your sides, obviously, on the second time round. Once you've done that, guys, we're gonna get into your main sets again, okay? So those big giant sets, we're gonna go 4 times through, again with these 3 movements. So from there, we're gonna go straight into your tempo back squats. We did these a couple of weeks ago, so if you have kept track of what you were doing with the Move Strong, go back, and I want you to try to do a little bit more if you can in terms of the weight you have. If not, just try to do it better than you did it last time, okay? So your first one's gonna be your tempo back squat. If you don't have a barbell, that's fine. Whatever piece of equipment that you have, if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, I'll go through those in a second. But if you've got the barbell, cleaning up and putting it onto your back, or using the rack that you've made for yourself with your bins or your squat rack, and then from here we're going through that tempo back squat. So feet just underneath the hips, bracing through that belly, so that big deep breath in, and then making sure we breathe out into the belly to brace. And then we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, driving up, and we're gonna go 5 reps of that, okay? Make sure those hands are in nice and tight, the upper back is squeezed on, okay? So the hands aren't nice and wide, and that's gonna be your 5 reps of your tempo back squats. If you don't, guys, if you only have a kettlebell or a dumbbell and it's not heavy enough, what I want you to focus on is increasing that tempo, okay? So if you've only got really light weights, do something like a 6, 8, 10 second eccentric, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Up, and then go through that. Okay? That's your back squat. Once you've done those, you go straight into your next movement, which is going to be your front foot elevated split squat. Okay? So with these guys, find yourself a ledge. If you do have plates, you can stack them up, but all you need is that front foot raised up at a height where you can still get your knee down to the floor. Okay? So from here, holding onto your weight in the front rack position, we're going to go down, keeping that belly nice and tight. I want you to drive that knee over the foot, trying to get that other leg to the ground and coming back up. Again, the reason that we're elevating the front foot, hold it on this leg, so you can see that we're replicating your squat pattern at the bottom. So if you didn't get to hip crease below the knee in the back squat, this is a really good chance for you to develop that strength. One big thing here, guys, if you can't get your leg to the floor, okay, make sure that when you're going down, when I lock my rib cage down and I bend my knee, that I don't go to the point where my hips then extend. Okay, I want to keep my ribs locked down, knees bent. If I can only get to here, and that's where my hips stay neutral, good. I don't want you to go to this to get new range. Okay, so keep that hip tucked under. If you don't get to the floor, that's fine. Feel a little stretch there and then come straight back up. Okay, and then the last thing is you're going to go to your squat press out. So the back squat is a great tool, obviously, for getting strong. The front foot elevated split squat is there for you to hit that movement pattern in terms of getting into the bottom of the squat if you didn't get below parallel. And then the squat press out is going to be really good for developing the other aspects of your squat, which is going to be more so your midline and your upper back strength that's required. Okay? So you can use the same weight that you use for your holds in the warm-up. What we're going to do from here, holding onto your weight, we're going to go a 3-second tempo on the way down, another 3-second hold at the bottom. This time we're not going to go fast up. We're going to go 3 seconds on the way up to keep it nice and controlled. Okay, so from here, squat press out, bracing, same as the back squat. We push back. We begin to push our counterbalance out. 3, 2, 1. When we're in the bottom, guys, we want to make sure the upper back is on. So when I'm holding the weight is through my upper back. I'm not up here. Okay, keep the upper back packed down. 3, 2, 1, and then 3, 2, 1. Bring that weight back into your chest. So a full rep will be 1, 2, 3, hold, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Cool? And that'll be your giant set, okay? Stuff in there for you guys to develop each piece of your squat. Then you're gonna go into your accessories, okay? So from what we didn't do, we're gonna pull, we're gonna push, and then we're gonna hit some midline stuff again. So your first movement will be a single arm row. If you only have access to a barbell, do a bent over row, okay? The idea of the single here, guys, is also just to get a little bit of midline strength. I'll go through a couple variations. If you need a bench, that's totally fine. We're gonna try to do it without it, okay? So from here, I'm gonna use my kettlebell, feet underneath the hips, soft bend in the knees, good hinge to go down, just like I'm doing a single arm deadlift. I stand up slightly, and then from here I'm going to be thinking about that retraction. So from here I'm going to retract my shoulder, and then I want to think about putting my elbow into my pocket or towards my hip. What I don't want to see is retracting and then up here, and that elbow winging out, and now my upper traps are working too much, okay? So from here, retract back to neutral, elbow towards your hip, not out here, so when it goes to my hip, it's nice and close to my body. You'll notice the range up here is more, but the activation here is going to be better where I can hit my lats, okay? Also with this being singularly loaded, you're working this side of the oblique and the midline to stabilize, and also you're working your lower back. If you find those too hard, guys, do the same thing. You're finding that maybe your lower back's blowing up a little bit, get on the bench or chair, whatever you've got, and just have that base of support, and then you can replicate the same movement, okay? You just don't have to work as hard through your back or your middle. So that's your single arm row. Your next piece, guys, is gonna be your single arm floor press. So we've done the floor press with the barbell. It'll be the same variation. Knees are gonna be up. If I have my kettlebell, it's lying on my forearm and my bicep. If I have a dumbbell, same thing. I'm just holding it so my elbow is touching the floor. And then from here, I'm gonna drive up Fast, drive, hold, and then I want that tempo on the way down. 3, 2, 1, elbow touches, hold and drive. Good, 3, 2, 1, and down. Same concept as the bench here, guys. When you're pressing, we worked on this in Move Strong, protracted versus retracted. When you're pressing, stay retracted. I don't want to see that shoulder separating from the floor, okay? That's your single arm press. And then if you only have a barbell, just go back to the normal floor press with the barbell, and then you're gonna go into your side planks. So with these guys, you're gonna be accumulating 1 minute in the side plank. From here, elbow on the side, couple variations. If you need to stay on your knees, that's totally fine. Just coming up on the knees, thinking about lifting your hips high to the ceiling, and you're trying to get that straight line down to your hips. If you can come up onto your feet, again, elbow under the shoulder. From here, so we're nicely stacked, we're gonna push the lowest foot down into the floor and lift the hips up, okay? And again, one straight line, trying to really think about pulling the hips up nice and high. If a 1 minute side plank is not hard enough for you, I'm gonna get you to add in some abductions, okay? So what I mean by that, from here, you're gonna go into your bridge, you're gonna push, so for me, I'm gonna push my left foot down, and I'm gonna bring that leg away from my body, okay? That's going to work the hips a little bit more, which will be great for your squat anyway, but it'll also really target that midline. So you've got your strength stuff and your accessories, guys. For your recovery, as we've been talking about, trying to get your nasal breathing stuff done. So 5 minutes of that after you finish, lying on your back, take time to chill, get the heart rate back down. And then other than that, guys, foam rolling out the quads. So from all that work we've done, just spending 1 minute on each side there, and then hitting the couch stretch back before you finish to finish up, okay? It's another Move Strong for you guys. Hope you enjoy it, have fun, and we'll see you next week.